We're taking a look at vigilante justice on the border. These are people, it goes back to the early 2000s, people, citizens going to the border, taking it upon themselves to mete out justice on the border, scare these immigrants from coming into the country. And it was a fascinating look at an underreported story from the border. With Border Patrol agents and humanitarian aid groups already doing what they can to deal with immigration on the southern border, focus turned recently to the militia presence, vigilante groups stepping in to take immigration justice into their own hands.
Look at all the children. This is crazy, everybody.
And the last thing we need now are felons who are arming themselves with weapons and violating the law.
Hector Balderas is the Attorney General of New Mexico, where last month a video showing a vigilante group detaining migrants at gunpoint was uncovered. His office stepped in immediately.
So the reason a state attorney general like myself would get involved is because there are either constitutional violations or there is a threat to the public safety and well-being of Americans and immigrants and visitors.
Our goal is to be here until we're not needed.
Criminal charges were brought against United Constitutional Patriots leader Larry Hopkins. Hopkins was charged not for the illegal detention, but for being in possession of a firearm as a convicted felon. But the entire interaction may have had another goal.
I think they're hoping to catch the attention of the president.
Peter Simonson is executive director of the American Civil Liberties Union of New Mexico.
I think they believe that if they can finally capture President Trump's attention, he will send some endorsing signal to them that, you know, I think everyone should go down to the border and start stopping immigrants.
The ACLU has seen this before.
While there has been this kind of vigilante activity along the border, you know, in the early 2000s, we saw it in the form of the Minutemen.
The Minuteman Project was a citizen patrol that started on the Arizona border in 2005. Simonson says that this is different.
We've not really seen for quite some time a situation where they go so far as to hold people at gunpoint and against their will.
At issue is the notion that the migrants are unable to discern who is Border Patrol and who is a militia.
What we saw in the video is that they may have been impersonating law enforcement, for one. Number two, I don't believe there's clear guidelines between how citizens can interact with Border Patrol.
He begins where all the super cops leave off.
America has been fascinated by vigilante justice for a very long time.
Any chance of catching these men?
There's a chance, sure.
Just a chance.
But this is New Mexico, not Hollywood, and convicted felon Larry Hopkins is not movie star Charles Bronson.
That's what I thought. I'll go.
But in Sunland Park, New Mexico, it wasn't just about the impersonation.
Even the engagement in how they were addressing women and young children was concerning and prompted this investigation.
We're talking infants who are too young to walk even, are being held in the dead of night in a remote part of the desert by these individuals with masks on, military camouflage, carrying weapons. It's a chilling sight.
But you know what? I don't hear anybody saying that's child abuse, recycling.
Not lost on Balderas is that the militias are operating under the pretense of stopping immigrants as lawbreakers.
It is ironic that we would be trying to enforce the rule of law and there would be individuals that are breaking that law.
You just think about the activities of the KKK, or you think about some of the things that happened in Germany during World War II, Kristallnacht, examples like that. That's what results from vigilante activities like this.
Authorities and advocates both say that they're just trying to keep everyone safe along the border.
It will ultimately result in a tragedy, and that's really what we're trying to avoid right now.
Go this way, towards truck.
There does not exist enough chaos on the border. These vigilante groups are making it difficult for the authorities down there. And even, you know, you heard the Attorney General there and the governor of the state, Lujan Grisham there in New Mexico, not really sure how to deal with it, because until they have guns, it's not necessarily illegal.